Yesterday was Thursday. Today is Friday. We so excited. If that blazingly observant lyric brings annoying smile, then you're among the millions who've been infected by the latest viral video to sweep the land. Rebecca Black may have the last laugh as she starts to make serious money off all the attention. It is a lesson in modern fame. And Andrea Canning reports. Rebecca Black was supposed to disappear after Friday became the internet's music biggest joke. But in 2025, something nobody expected happened. The girl who once cried herself to sleep from death threats is now headlining major festivals and earning millions. Her transformation started with a $20,000 mistake that almost destroyed her. But the real shock isn't her success. It's what she revealed about the industry that made her famous. The secrets she's finally sharing about those dark years will change how you see viral fame forever. Rebecca Renee Black came into the world on June 21, 1997 in Irvine, California, a city carefully built for families and success. Her parents, John Jeffrey Black and Georgina Marquez Kelly, were both veterinarians who ran a clinic where they treated everything from parrots to guinea music pigs. John had deep Midwestern roots. Born in Iowa with a blend of English, Italian, and Polish blood, Georgina had moved from Mexico, bringing with her culture, bilingual warmth, and a different rhythm into the home. Their clinic wasn't just where they work. It became a second home for Rebecca. By 5, she wasn't just watching her parents treat animals, she was helping them. She fed rabbits, cleaned cages, and held small creatures steady during checkups. There are photos of her smiling next to reptiles and small mammals, already confident in an environment that might have overwhelmed other children. The family's mix of science, compassion, and steady support gave her early strength and curiosity that would carry her far beyond the clinic walls. But life shifted when she was 7. In 2004, her parents divorced. Even though the word divorce often brings images of broken homes, this one didn't fracture. Rebecca and her younger brother, Chase, continued to move between both parents' homes in Iran. Their parents managed to keep things calm, respectful, and united when it came to raising their kids. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bitter. Rebecca learned early what it meant to adapt, to hold her ground in the middle of change, and how to process hard things without letting them pull her under. That would matter a lot more than anyone realized at the time. Before the public ever knew her name, Rebecca was already on stage. At just 2 years old, she was in music ballet class. By 4, she was doing tap and jazz at the Marie Sharp School of Dance. Music stepping out in recital held at places like Irvine Marriott and the City Hall. There, in front of small crowds, she danced music and sang nursery rhymes, and the applause, no matter how soft, planted a seed. Her energy, her posture, even her tiny jazz hands hinted at something bigger. By the time she turned 7, she was nailing complex routines, her body catching the beat like it had always known it. That same year, 2005, she joined a youth music group called Celebration USA. They didn't just rehearse in small rooms. They aimed for big stages. And on July 4th, Rebecca stepped onto one of them, Angel Stadium in Anaheim. More than 40,000 people packed the stands as she sang the national anthem. Her voice came out clear, strong, unshaken. The cameras caught it. Music. The crowd cheered and something shifted. She later said it felt like a dream, but it was more than that. It was the first time she truly saw the scale of what music could do, how it connected, calmed, and lifted people all at once. Every summer, her family returned to Mexico City. There, Rebecca watched telenovas with her mother and mimicked mariachi songs. Music, recording herself with the family camcorder. She was 8, dancing around the living room, echoing the voices of full-grown singers on the TV. It wasn't just mimicry. It was study. The rhythm, the pitch, the emotion in every note, they all sank in. Mariachi shaped the way she understood sound. It added color to her voice and confidence to her style. It helped her see how her background made her unique, not awkward. By the time she was 10, she landed her first big stage role. She played Lori in a local production of Oklahoma, and for 2 weekends over 200 people came to see the shows. She didn't use a mic. Her voice filled the space all on its own. She had memorized every song, every line, every movement. The director was stunned by her commitment and stage comfort. It wasn't just performance anymore. It was proof she could hold her own on a real stage. Music, that role changed something inside her. It gave her permission to aim higher. Between ages 9 and 11, She spent her summers at the Best of Broadway camp at Orange County High School of the Arts. For weeks music each summer, she trained in choreography, harmonies, and ensemble performance. She didn't always get the lead roles. Once she was turned down because they thought her vocal range wouldn't stretch far enough, but she didn't quit. The camp taught her how to lose with grace and keep climbing. It taught her that hard work doesn't always get you the front row, but it gets you ready when your time finally comes. From kindergarten to 6th grade, she went to private school. She was smart, expressive, always moving in ways that didn't quite match the stiff, traditional vibe of her classmates. Her dance moves and artsy energy got her labeled as weird. She was called an overachiever, mocked in the hallways, and often pushed to the sidelines. Got music worse each year. By the time 6th grade ended in 2009, the teasing had drained her. Her family pulled her out and transferred her to a public school in Northeast Orange County, hoping the change would ease the pressure. But it didn't. Her passion for performing arts made her stand out again. And this time the bullying escalated. 7th grade began in 2009 and felt like quicksand. She found safety in the school's musical theater program. It had about 30 kids who loved to sing, act, and perform. They became her second family. They did Kelly Clarkson music covers at school assemblies, and those moments gave her enough strength to keep going. That theater group was the only place where her spark wasn't ridiculed. Kept her from fading completely. But the bullying outside that bubble got worse in 2010. Music in 7th grade, kids threw food at her during lunch. They laughed at her during rehearsal. Music, they called her a show-off. She'd lock herself in the bathroom, crying sometimes daily. She kept a 3.5 GPA, music, but the grades didn't matter. The pressure crushed her spirit. The school felt like a trap. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to speak. She didn't want to be seen. In 2010, she auditioned for the X Factor, singing Kelly Clarkson songs again, but didn't make it past the first rounds. That rejection dug deep. At the same time, she was balancing theater, demo recordings, and school assignments. Her English class became a music brick wall she couldn't climb anymore. It wasn't just stress, it was drowning. By April 2011, just weeks before the internet would explode with her song, she left school entirely.